Close your eyes and make yourself a paper mache hat. Take a balloon and blow it up nice and big as your head. And then put a whole lot of bits of newspaper on it with PVA glue, or you can use some flour and water. Anyway, this isn't a craft show, so let's get into the story. Melvin and mother and Meryl and father were looking at Alfredo, who had just been reading out the postcard from Olivia. "Oh, she's in trouble," said Alfredo. "Aye, that sounds like it. How can we help?" asked father. "Well, I guess," said Alfredo, "I'd better go to Madagascar and find her." "Ooh, Madagascar," said mother. "That sounds like a fun place. I like to move it, and all of that." "Aye, that's right," said Alfredo. "But I don't know if she's having as much fun as that. We'd better get ready and go." "Okay," said father, "but I think we need to know a bit more about where we're going than just to go to a country. It's a bit hard to find a person in a country, unless Madagascar is little. Is it a little place?" "Oh no," said Meryl. "Madagascar is a very big island off the coast of Africa. It's a very special place with lots of endemic different creatures and trees and plants and stuff and insects." "Ooh, that sounds pretty exciting," said Melvin. "Right, so where are we going to go to in Madagascar then?" asked Meryl to Alfredo. "Oh, well, let me read it a bit closer, what else it says on here," says Alfredo. "Okay, the postcard says, I met some pigs at Baobab Alley." Baobab Alley? Wonder what that is. "Who'd also seen my parents." "Oh, that's right. Olivia's parents. They were last seen in Madagascar as well, and then they went missing." "Oh, that's probably what she's going to do over there, what she went to do to try to work out what happened to them. That would make a lot of sense." "Aye, it would," said mother. "So we go to this Baobab Alley, and then we find her, right?" "Oh, I don't know," said Alfredo. She said, let me keep reading. "So these pigs at Baobab Alley had also seen my parents, and they told me where to go, where they were heading after they last saw them." "Oh, this sounds like it could be quite a challenge," said father. "Aye, it does, but that's about all the clues we've got." "Okay, well, we might need some supplies if we're going all the way to this place off Africa," said father. "Okay," said Alfredo. "Well, don't worry, we got lots of stuff down in the pig cave." "Oh, can we add a few bits of features from the gadgets to the plane?" asked Melvin. "I've had my eye on a few of those things down in the pig cave. I think it could look quite good on the plane." "Aye, go for your life," said Alfredo. "Take whatever you want. We need to just go get Olivia, so anything that helps with that, just go for it." "Okay," said Melvin. The pigs spent the rest of the evening preparing for their big trip. Melvin spent most of that time with a welding mask over his face as he attached all sorts of gadgets onto Pig Father's plane. By 3 a.m, they were ready to go. And so they went. Everybody in the plane was very tired. Melvin and Meryl and mother quickly went to sleep in the hammocks, while father drove the plane, or flew the plane, and Alfredo sat next to him in the co-pilot's seat, looking worried. "It'll be okay, Alfredo. We'll find her," said father. "Oh, I know," said Alfredo, "although we never did find her parents." "Oh, so when was it her parents went missing?" Oh, that was a long time ago. Maybe 10 years ago or so, said Alfredo. They just disappeared. They went to Madagascar, and we never heard from them again. Oh, that's no good. Aye, it was their special holiday to celebrate their 5th wedding anniversary. And they went there, just the two of them, because it's where Olivia's mother has always wanted to go. But they didn't come back. So how did you end up being Olivia's uncle then? Asked Father, given she's a pig and you're, a person. Oh, well, that happened after they disappeared. My sister and her husband adopted her, so they raised her up as their own. Oh, okay, said Father. They flew on in silence into the night. In the morning, Father called out, "Hey, everybody, look out the window down there. That's Baobab Alley." They were flying low over the trees and plains of Madagascar. Mother and Melvin and Meryl groggily made their way out of their hammocks and over to the windows and looked out. "Oh, this is amazing," said Meryl. "I've never seen trees like that." "Oh," said Mother, "are those trees?" "Well, they're very strange looking trees indeed. They look like the big trees that have been plucked out of the ground, picked up and flipped upside down and then shoved back underground with their branches all underground and their roots sticking out in the sky. They're like upside down trees." "Oh," said Meryl, "that's exactly what they're described as by a lot of people, according to the Lonely Planet online." She was looking on her tablet again. "All right, I think we can land down here. There's an airport," called out Alfredo. "Okay," said Father. As he saw the airport, they flew down. As they landed, the plane cruised past a big sign saying, "Morondava Airport. Welcome to Madagascar." The pigs all got out of the plane, and Father and Alfredo went and hired a car to drive around to Baobab Alley. Once they had their car, they all got in, and off they went. It was a very bumpy but short drive. When they got there, they got out of the car and looked around. "Oh, these are some amazing trees," said Melvin. "Look at them, they're so big and strange looking." The baobab trees, they're basically like great big trunks with no branches until they get right up to the top, and then they've got a bunch of little branches like tree roots but sticking up in the air. They're very unusual indeed. "All right, so where do we find these pigs?" said Mother, looking around. There were lots of tourists, but they couldn't see any pigs. The tourists were all taking photos and posing for photos with lots of people around. The pigs wandered around looking for other pigs, but they couldn't find any. Eventually, the tourists cleared off. They got back in their tour bus and drove away, leaving just the pigs and a couple of locals who were sitting there waiting for tourists to buy stuff off them. "Oh, this is no good at all," said Alfredo. "We came all this way, our only clue to find poor Olivia, and we've got nowhere." He leaned against the nearest baobab and started pounding his fists on it in frustration. With a thud, thud, thud. "Creak, creak," said Alfredo. "How did I make a creak sound?" "You didn't," called out a voice from above him. "It was me opening the window." Alfredo looked up and there was a pink face looking down at him. "Oh, you're a pig," called out Alfredo. "Oh, well, thank you for noticing," said the voice. "Hang on, I'll come down and see you." A few seconds later, a door opened up in the side of the baobab tree. "Oh, that was very well hidden," said Father. "How did you do that?" he asked the pig that came out. "Oh, a lot of time and careful carving," said the pig. "Hi, my name's Gary, and this is Sylvia." Sylvia was another pig that came out behind him. "Oh, are we glad to see you?" said Merrill. Are you the pigs that saw Olivia, the pig, a little while ago, like not very long ago? Aye, I remember Olivia," said Sylvia. "She was great. She stayed with us for a little bit, for the night. She was great fun." "Oh," said Gary. "That's right, she's great." "Well, do you know what happened to her?" asked Alfredo. "She's in trouble." "Oh, she's in trouble?" said Gary. "No, I don't know, but what do you mean? What sort of trouble?" "Well, I'm not sure. She just sent us a postcard with 'help me.'" "Oh, that doesn't sound good at all," said Sylvia. "Well, what can you tell us about her? Where did she go after she left you?" "Well, we told her about her parents and how when we saw them, they were going to head up. They'd been all over Madagascar mostly, and they just had a couple of places left to go. So they were heading up to Tana, that's the capital, Antananarivo. And then they were going to go and have a look at the Indri. That's the big lemurs. Okay. Well, I guess whatever happened to her, she was fine when she came to you, said Melvin. And then she sent a postcard saying she was in trouble after that. So I guess we go those places. All right, said Gary. Well, good luck. Okay, thanks, said Melvin. "Oh, how do we get to Antananarivo then?" asked Father. Gary replied, "Oh, that's the capital city. It's easy. Just get... How did you get here?" "Oh, we've got this car." "Okay, so jump in your car and drive up the potholed, bumpy, windy dirt roads for about, it's probably about 17 hours or so. Depends on the traffic. And then you'll be at Antananarivo." "Well, that doesn't sound much fun," said Father. "How about we take the plane?" "Oh, you've got a plane." "Oh, take the plane then. There's an airport at Tana." "Okay." So off they went, got in the plane, and flew off. After about an hour and a half, they arrived at the capital city, the main international airport at Antananarivo. "Well, this place is a bit bigger than Baobab Alley, isn't it?" said Mother as they drove into town. "Aye, says here," said Merrill. "Antananarivo's got lots of people." "Oh, I'm a bit hungry," said Mother. "Can we stop for a snack? Haven't eaten in ages." "Oh, that's a great idea," said Father. He pulled over where he could see some people eating things standing around. "Oh, look at that," said Merrill. "That looks like a deep-fried banana. I love deep-fried bananas." "Oh, yeah, so do I," said Mother. "Right." She went straight up to the person who was eating the deep-fried banana and said, "Excuse me, where did you get that?" The person looked around and saw Mother's big pink face and was so stunned at the sight of a great big pig talking to them, they dropped their banana on the ground. "Oh, you can't just throw away good food like that," said Mother, reaching down to the dirt and picking up the banana off the muck. She wiped it a bit on her arm and then shoved it back in the mouth of the man, saying, "There you go. I saved it for you." The man's eyes were very wide. He'd never seen a talking pig before. "Well, where did you get that from, mister?" asked Mother. The man shook his head. "I don't know if he can understand you, Mother," said Merrill. "Here, let me try this app on my tablet." She opened up the Google Translate app. "Right, try asking him again." Where did you get that? Asked Mother. Google Translate's voice came up and it said some words in a language that Mother couldn't understand. The man turned and pointed. Oh, it's over there, said Merrill. Right, off they went. Okay, said Mother, very excited now. Can I have one of those things, please? One of those deep-fried bananas. Google Translate translated it into the local language of Malagasy, and the person who was there with the bananas and the deep fryer, they looked up at Mother with a grin, and they nodded, and they said something back. And Google Translate translated it as, yes, you can. How many would you like? Oh, well, how much do they cost? Asked Mother. It translated through, and the person said, held up 2 fingers. Ooh, 2. Is that $2? Asked Mother. The lady said something in Malagasy, and Google Translate translated it. 200. 200, said Mother. That's a lot of money for a banana. Oh, wait, Melvin said. I think they use a different currency over here to what we're used to. How much is 200 in the Malagasy money? Merrill typed it into Google. 200 Malagasy money to New Zealand dollars, because that's what they were used to. Oh, it says here 200 Ari, that's their money, is 5 cents. 5 cents? That's fantastic, said Mother. She turned to Father. Father, give me some money. Father looked in his wallet and he pulled out the money he had. He's like, well, this is what I've got. Mother grabbed a whole bunch and she thrust it at the lady with the banana stall. Here you go. I'll take as many as I can with this much, please. Google Translate translated it, and the lady looked excited. A few minutes later, as Father and Alfredo helped Mother push and lift and carry a big deep fryer into the back of their rental car, Mother was sitting up the front, surrounded by deep-fried bananas and a very happy look on her face. I love Madagascar, said Mother as she munched away on deep-fried bananas. Right, now, how do we find Olivia in this city? Well, I don't know, said Merrill. I've been thinking about this, looking online. Antananarivo's massive. I just don't know if we've got a chance. Okay, said Father. Right, well, we'll try this. Pass me that tablet. He took the tablet and went back to where the vendors were. And he said into it, have you seen any pigs like us that talk? The translation translated for them, and the people all shook their heads. And they said some stuff. And Google Translate said, no, we've never ever met a talking pig before. This is amazing. Do you want to come to our house and we can introduce you to all our friends? You're great. Oh, thank you, said Father, but we're a bit busy. He went back to the car and they discussed what they were going to do. Well, said Melvin, I think maybe we should just assume that Olivia didn't get in trouble in Antananarivo, and that it happened when she went to see the injury, because it's too hard to find her. We're not going to find her in this giant city, I don't think. I think you're right, said Father. What do you think, Alfredo? Yes, I think so, said Alfredo. Let's go find the injury. Okay, so off they went. A few hours later of driving, they were up in the highlands of northern Madagascar, surrounded by bush. Right, said Merrill. This says this is the place to go and see the injury. This is the place where you go if you're a tourist. They've got injury here that you can feed. What is an injury? Asked Melvin. Oh, an injury, said Father. I think that's the big ones, isn't it? Isn't that what they said? It's the big lemurs. Aye, that's right, said Merrill. The Indri is a very big lemur. It's the biggest sort they have. And they shout loudly. They make a big noise that booms through the forest. Oh, that's pretty cool, said Melvin. Right, let's go find one. They found a tour guide who took them on a tour to go and see the Indri. They walked for a while. Mother was starting to get a bit hungry. She was starting to regret leaving so many bananas in the car and not bringing more with her on the walk. Are we there yet? Asked Mother as she ate her last banana. Oh, it's just up here, said Merrill, who could see over the top of the hill there, just climbing, and down into the valley. Oh, great, said Melvin. They made their way down to the bottom of the little valley, where they found there were about 3 other people. 2 of them looked like locals, and one of them was dressed all silly like a... You know how some tourists who go on safaris dress up in all the strange gear that nobody else ever wears? Well, this person was like that. When that person saw the pigs, they looked very excited, and they snuck off back up the track where the pigs had come from. Oh, hello, said Father, as the man snuck by. Hello, said the man, going quite quickly and not making eye contact. That's a bit strange, said Merrill. Aye, it was a bit strange, said Father. Oh, well. They walked up to the 2 other people that were there, and they noticed that they were looking up into the trees. Ooh, look up there, said Alfredo. There's an Indri. Ooh, they looked up, and there was this great big thing. It was kind of like almost the size of a person, a smallish person, but it was furry. It looked like a big teddy bear with long arms and very big fingers. Oh, look at that. He's holding on to that whole tree with just one hand, said Melvin. As they watched, the Indri reached down and picked some food out of the hand of one of the 2 people standing down at the bottom of the tree, and he ate it. Oh, hello, said one of the people, turning and looking at them. Hi there. Oh, it's great to see you. I wondered if there were more of you coming. Oh, what do you mean? Have you seen another pig like us? Oh, yeah, I saw her. Her name was Olivia. Aye, that's right. Olivia, she was here. Oh, that's great, said Father. Do you know what happened to her? What do you mean, what happened to her? Well, we got a postcard from her saying, help me. Oh, that doesn't sound good, said the lady. No, I don't know, sorry. I must say, said Merrill, you speak very good English. Oh, I should, said the lady. I grew up over in Germany. Isn't Germany the place where they speak German? Asked Melvin. Aye, but in Germany, they teach you a whole lot of languages as well as German, so I know good English. It's handy in my research as well, because a lot of the famous publications, you have to write in English. Oh, okay, said Merrill. What are you researching? I'm researching the language of the Indri. The language of the Indri, said Father. You mean they talk? Well, yeah, kind of. Look, I've got this app that I've trained. It's like an AI app, and I've trained it to translate what the Indri is saying into language we can understand. Watch this. Indri, you want some more? She said as she held up her hand with some more berries in it. The Indri looked down and he made a grunty noise, and the app translated it as, yes, please. Well, here you go then. And she handed him some more berries. That's great, said Merrill. I can't believe you can understand animals. You're like, was that guy Dr. Do Nothing? Oh, Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, talks to the animals and all that. Yeah, it's great. All right. Suddenly the Indri looked up in the sky, looking a bit nervous. And another Indri, they could hear the sound of one go boom. What was that? Asked Meryl. Oh, that was an Indri. They called to each other. That was one of their boomy calls. They travel a long way, those calls. I think they can hear something happening. All of a sudden, there was a movement in the trees in the distance, and the movement came closer and closer. Oh, here comes one now. Oh, they're in a hurry, aren't they? Said the lady. Oh, they're really coming along. The Indri. If you've ever seen a monkey go from tree to tree, it's pretty cool. But Indri, they don't like climb the way monkeys do. They like swing from tree to tree with their great big hands and arms, and they leap. They can jump a very long way between trees, and they grab the next tree with one hand and then swing and leap again, pushing off with their feet. It's amazing to watch. Anyway, 3 Indri were coming at great speed from across the trees. Leap, 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 leap. And then now they could start to hear the sound that the Indri were hearing. Oh, I think that's a helicopter, said Father. Aye, it does sound like a helicopter, said the lady. Oh, actually, I heard this sound not long after I saw Olivia a few weeks ago. I wonder if it's related. The sound of the helicopters got very loud indeed, and then they could see through the treetops a great big army helicopter coming in, hovering, and then they saw it. A whole lot of ropes come dropping down from the helicopter, and men in military uniform were leaping out and rappelling down their ropes. The Indri started making noises at them in great concern and urgency. The translation device, the app, was saying, "Must go, look out, bad people, come now, come now." The pigs were very confused. How do we come now? 2 of the big Indri reached down and picked up Melvin and Mother, and pulled them up onto their backs. "Oh, I don't think they'll be able to carry me like that," said Mother. "No, I don't think so either," said Father. "We'd better just run." But it was too late. Suddenly there was a couple of big noises, and then nets came from the men in the choppers coming down on the ropes. They fired their net guns and captured Mother and Father. "Let's go," called out one of the Indri in the translation, and they zoomed off, leaping from tree to tree through the forest away from the men, with Melvin and Meryl on their backs. "Oh, but what about Mother and Father?" called out Meryl. Said the Indri. "Oh, we can't understand you anymore. Oh, no." Back where the others were, the men were reaching the ground now, and they came rushing over to where Mother and Father were. But before they got there, the lady, the researcher lady, she quickly said to Mother and Father, "Here, quick, take these." And she passed them a couple of tracker devices like they used to track the Indri, and they have them strapped on the Indri. "Well, what do we do with this?" asked Father. "Just keep it out of their sight. It'll help us find you." "Okay," said Father. "Okay," said Mother. They looked at each other and nodded, and they both threw their tracker devices up in the air above them, and then they opened their mouths wide, and the trackers dropped in, and they went gulp, and they swallowed them. And with that, the men with the net guns hauled away Mother and Father and towed them back up into the helicopter. "Wait!" cried out Alfredo. "What are you doing?" "None of your business," called the men. And they went off in their helicopter, leaving the researcher lady and Alfredo standing there looking all very upset and confused. There was a booming noise, and they noticed in the trees movement again. But this time it was less movement. It was one Indri. He was coming at high speed through the treetops back He reached down and made some noises to the researcher lady and reached out his hand. The translation device translated, "Please give me translation tablet. We need." "Okay," she said, and passed him the device, and he took off through the treetops back where he'd come from. "Oh, I hope they're okay," said Alfredo. "So do I," said the lady. "Just as well they're friendly, those Indri. I think they'll look after them." "I hope so," said Alfredo. And that's the end of tonight's story. Good night.